Thank you, Andrew. Well, we are continuing as the hours go by to get updates on power outages and so much information coming into the newsroom. We want to talk now to Mary Laurent live. She's with SLEMCO. Mary, what can you tell us about where things stand as far as power outages are concerned here in Acadiana?
Okay, right now we have 53,500 out, and that is down from 78,000 this morning. And so we're really doing well. And what we have done so far today is we're focusing on the feeders, the main lines, so that we can get those back on. Because what that does is it gets hundreds and sometimes thousands of people on at one time. So we have to focus on that first. And then from there, we're able to go house to house and get the individual outages back on. So right now it's going really well and pretty quick because we're getting big groups of people on at one time. And then once all the feeders come on, of course, it's going to slow down because we'll be going to each location and fixing whatever damage is there.
Is there any assessment on the hardest hit areas in your system at this point?
It was really widespread, I have to say. It seemed like there were some twisting winds in certain locations and that kind of stuff, and there was some water in other locations. So it's really widespread at this point. And we have several hundred people working on it and working throughout the system. So we're not working in one area at a time. We're working in the whole system because we have service centers in Washington, Kaplan, Crowley, Carencro, and Lafayette. So we're working in all of the different areas, and we split up all of the crews that have come in to help us.
Is there any idea on some of the areas that we would consider quote unquote hardest hit, how long it could be before they see power restoration? Could it be today, maybe into tomorrow? Is there any estimate on that at this point?
Well, it just depends. If we're talking about feeders, it could be today, possibly tomorrow. But if they don't come on with the feeders, we're talking several days possibly. We're hoping, it's going to be less. And of course, somebody's going to be first and somebody's going to be last. And just because you were first last time in a hurricane doesn't mean necessarily you're going to be first this time, and vice versa. If you were last time, you could be first this time. So you just never know. It depends where the damage is. It depends where the trees fall. And it could be one day, it could be 2 days, it could be more. We just don't know until all of those feeders are on. Once we get the feeders back on and we know who comes on when the feeders come on, then we kind of have more of an idea of, how long we're looking at. But today, we're hopeful that as many people as possible come back on when the feeders come on.
That's good to hear that in some cases, because you were first to get power last time we dealt with an outage, you may not be first this time. It's just a matter of getting to it and seeing what the damage exactly is. We know that you guys have teams from other places that have come in to assist. Where are they from and how many people are here?
They're from all over, several different states and throughout the region. And right now we have between 300 and 350 people here in addition to our 250 people. So we have, an extensive network of people out there working.
Awesome. That's so good to hear. All righty. Thank you, Mary. Right now, 63,500 SLEMCO customers without power at this point, but there may be a large majority of those customers who get power today into tomorrow, and those in some of the harder hit areas. It could be several days depending on the situation with the outages in your area. Thank you, Mary. We'll be checking in with you in the days to come as we continue recovery from Hurricane Laura.
That sounds great. Thank you.